Hello Leo, welcome to my channel. My name is Robyn. I am a channeler and tarot reader, and this is going to be your May 2025 reading for Sun, Moon and Rising. We're going to look at a theme for the month for you. We'll see what is working as a challenge, what's working in your favor, potential outcome, and a message from Spirit. So let us move right ahead. So we're going to start off with a theme for you with the Good Tarot deck. These are just the major arcanas that I've extracted from the main deck from Colin Baron Reid. So let us see what theme you are exploring in the month of May. Okay. Leo. Ooh. Patience. Okay. So this card typically or traditionally would be the Temperance card, okay? The Angel of Divine Timing. It's a number 14, which when you reduce it, it's down to a 5, which can talk about kind of change and obstacles, right? Challenge. So patience is required this month, and you are undergoing quite a great deal of learning and exploring that theme of allowing the universe to bring stuff to you in divine timing rather than trying to jump the gun. It feels to me like by the end of the month you'll be kind of feeling a lot more trusting of the natural timing of things. So let us see what the tarot has to say. So this is my deck. I have actually changed the background, and I'm just waiting for them to arrive. I'm waiting for them to be delivered, which hopefully should be this week, and then I can advertise them on my website, because this is my deck, it's my own paintings, very special to me, and you might like them too. The new background is a beautiful kind of like gold background with a nice gold tin that it comes in. But Leo, May. Oh, the World card wants to jump out there. So perhaps you're wanting to close something off, but Spirit is saying, needs a little bit more time. Okay. Current energy, we have the Ace of Cups. Desire, 9 of Wands. This was the exact same position as the Aries one, okay? What's working in your favor? You see the Hangman. Timing is working in your favor, so work with that power this month. The challenge is the Four of Pentacles, and the outcome for you is the Moon card. So we are going to clarify this. We have got two major arcanas coming up over here, right? The Hangman and the Moon. Now, you start off the month feeling like you're raring to go. You're raring to kind of find new love, something to fall in love with, whether that's a person or an idea, a concept, a belief system, a health regime. You're at that stage where you're feeling like your cup is overflowing, okay, which is really, really awesome. But deep down, you kind of know that you're still having to finish something off. Maybe there's a project that you've been working on, and so you cannot execute anything new until this comes to an end. So in the desired phase, you're wanting for this to now come to completion. It is a number 9, which talks about endings and natural completions. Is more like a 10, so you're very close to the edge. He doesn't even realize that the top of the cliff is right there. Okay, so you're wanting to complete something so you can put all your energy into this Ace of Cups. What's working in your favor is the Hangman. Pausing, right? Which is also the patience, divine timing. So they're slightly different in energy, whereas this one talks about divine timing and allowing temperance and being the alchemist of your life and kind of working with the natural flow. Whereas the Hangman decides to stop, pause, and reflect. So I'm trying to keep my hands straight there. He actually suspends himself upside down from the tree of knowledge or the tree of life, enabling himself to gain enlightenment. He wants to ensure that he sees all angles of the situation before making any big moves. And Spirit is here to say that is the best way to work with this month. That energy is super, super serving you, okay? The challenge is the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles challenge, I'm actually getting the sense that this is making me feel quite sleepy. Like, it's just like this energy here of what you've had to kind of close off. It's just been a bit rough. It's just a bit tiring. And all you want to do is just kind of hold your horses and kind of rest and not open up to somebody, particularly if this is love, right? He keeps his cards close to his chest. I've depicted this gentleman as a man on a magic carpet, and a magic carpet should be flying in the sky, right? But he's not. He's weighing it down with his pentacles. So he's kind of really in a self-protection mode, okay? And this is a challenge that's going to come up for you. Sure, your heart is overflowing. You want to reach for that. But there's something that just needs to be worked out within your psyche. And also because you're closing something off. So you're not wanting to sort of make any fast moves because you're still working things out. We are going to clarify in a moment, don't worry. The outcome is a moon card, which tells me that it might be a little bit of an unsettling or unusual outcome for you this month. I'm going to clarify. But the moon basically says that when the light of the full moon shines upon the earth, it causes shadows much larger than the actual thing itself. So if you've ever walked outside in a full moon and you see the shadow of a tree, the shadow of the tree is much larger than the tree actually is. So it can sometimes make us feel like things are scarier or things are a bit illusionary. It's uncertain, it's unclear. But it is a full moon. Now, full moons typically talk about release or full manifestation, okay? So we're going to clarify and see how that's turning out for you. But there is some, I'm sensing, because the moon here, it's the wolf. I've depicted as a wolf. And as we know, wolves kind of work best in packs. But then, of course, it's that saying of being a lone wolf, right? So you may be feeling like by the end of the month, perhaps I'm in this lone wolf energy because I'm surrounded by this fog here. And I'm still waiting to get the highlights, to get the clarity come in. So this is really kind of curious reading for you, Leo. Let us clarify and see what's going on. It's like you're suspended this month. It's like you're suspended in some sort of weird dimension or paradigm where you're, I'm not taking jumpers, don't worry, where things are kind of a little bit ethereal and not quite as they seem. You could be kind of working with your spiritual gifts as well this time, and just allowing it to kind of flow in. And work with as an alchemist, because the Angel of Temperance, she is also an alchemist. Typically in this deck, she or he balances up, brings water and fire, and works with those elements to alchemize something new. So you could be really in that kind of yin phase in the month of May. So under the Ace of Cups, we've got the Four of Cups. Under the Nine of Wands, we've got the Queen of Cups. Under the Hanged Man, we've got the Eight of Cups. Under the Four of Pentacles, we've got the Knight of Swords. And under the Moon card, we have the Four of Wands, which is really beautiful. So we do have a positive outcome. Don't worry. Okay. So Ace of Cups, I feel like you are taking that cup. So it's clarified by the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups typically talks about someone who's kind of got his, he's got his lifestyle. He's kind of learned how to settle. He's learned how to kind of just make do and appreciate what he's got for what he's got, okay? But because he has been through difficult times, he knows what it is to put all your eggs in one basket and run with it and then be burnt later. So he's still kind of at this kind of self-protective stage over here, where he's a little bit complacent because he doesn't want to rock the boat. He's worried that if he takes that cup that's being offered by the heavens, which is this cup that's being offered there, that it might mess up his inner peace that he's now just quickly established now. He's only just got his HRT together, right? But I do feel like because it's clarifying this just feels like this was a background worry, but I still feel like you're taking that because it is coming from the universe. It is owed to you, okay? Your desire, Nine of Wands with the Queen of Cups. You feel like it's so difficult to follow your heart, okay? because every time you follow your heart, you wound up getting burnt. And so, but at the same time, you know that the lessons that you've learned have made you who you are now, and you also recognize that you're a lot more able to discern qualities in people and qualities in situations without kind of running like a fool in love, with, even if it's an ideal concept, right? So it's a hard battle to learn to trust in your heart again. And this is what you are hoping for, and this is what you're needing the time for this month. And it's weird because I don't feel like it's undergoing any kind of major healing. I don't have any of my typical kind of healing cards like the Star or the Four of Swords, but this feels like you're kind of in that real ethereal state of you really kind of balancing energies around you in a really positive state. The Hangman with the Eight of Cups, you are basically trying to suss out this month. Do I walk away or not? Okay. So, Eight of Cups, this card over here, typically talks about someone who has put a lot of investment into something, a lot of love, right? A lot of energy, a lot of power, sometimes even finance. And they recognize it didn't quite work out the way they worked, the way that they'd hoped. So the question really remains, do I walk towards my Nine of Cups, which is actually my wish fulfillment, or do I stay with this? Okay, these are the things you're trying to work out within yourself. The Hangman is talking about kind of spending the time and really judging it and seeing it from all angles to gain the enlightenment to know if that's what you want to do. Okay, and you'll know what that is for you because it'll be different for everyone. But there's something you just you've had enough of, right? But you don't want to jump the gun, right? Because you've learned how to settle, you've learned how to be appreciative for what you've got. Now the challenge is the Four of Pentacles clarified by the Knight of Swords. So there's a lot of communication coming in for you, a lot of people kind of forcing answers from you this month, whether that be in love, whether that be in work, whether that be in health or family and friends, okay? It's people trying to force things, and all you just want to do is kind of go, no, I'm not ready yet. I don't know yet. I need some time to just process. I need this time, right? So that's going to cause you to feel really quite drained with other people, not really wanting to kind of socialize, not really wanting to communicate with people a lot, because you need this time, right? To figure out where you're at. Like, do I stay or do I go? Do I move forward or not, right? Again, you're working with patience this month. You're working with divine timing. So that's just going to be a little bit of a challenge this month. We deal with things in very different ways, right? So you could be learning how to either delegate information so that they go to somebody else to ask instead of you. You may be learning how to say no. You may be learning how to say not now. You may be learning how to put yourself first because you need to figure it out for yourself first before you can answer up to anybody else. All right. So these are the kind of lessons or tricks and challenges you'll be experiencing this month. The outcome is the Moon with the Four of Wands. Okay. So the Four of Wands typically talks about either holiday or, halfway to marriage kind of card, typically. But really it's about strong foundations in lifestyle. So we're talking big energy here, where things feel solid and secure and like, I know where I am. I know where I want to go. I feel good in this space, okay? This is, you're still kind of working that out because it seems to me very kind of malleable. This by the end of the month, you're like, well, I don't have to set it in stone, but what are the qualities that I'm looking for in my life? Okay. Now with this clarifying the moon, it basically says that's coming on in for you. It just feels a little bit hazy because typically in the Rider-Waite deck, the moon card has a pathway that's running between the two pillars, or the wolf and the dog, and it leads towards the mountain, which represents achievement. So you really are on the right track, okay? It just doesn't seem that clear right now because you're working with the energy. So there is a lot of a real kind of like spiritual kind of flow and working with energies this month on quite a big level. Whether you decide to stay or go, you'll gain that enlightenment, okay? Maybe not quite by the end of the month, maybe moving into June, but you are on the right track. And so patience and taking the time and pausing to reflect and pausing to see how people respond. If you're getting bombarded by forceful energy or people kind of pushing ideas on you or pushing you to communicate, that might be something that you're looking at as how am I going to work with that? What does that mean about that person? Do I feel comfortable with that? You know, it's really kind of, it's a wait and see kind of energy. All right. So Leo, we're going to end this reading off with an oracle card. See what message Spirit has for you. What does Leo need to know, please, for their highest good? For May 2025. Okay. Ooh. We have Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. Okay. So, remember I was talking about divine timing? You've got divine guidance coming in, okay? So, when you are feeling the force from people, let me just put that down. When you're feeling the force from people, it may be kind of also picking up something from past lives that kind of have some sort of resonance that's filtered through into this life, where you are recognizing, this doesn't kind of sit right with me and I can't quite put my finger on it, right? That's why you're needing patience and the hangman. But the Akash, so this could be connected to your Akashic records, obviously, but your guidance is divinely guided. So you do have kind of helpers in the spiritual realm. You do have that support around you. Follow those nudges, right? Follow those little intuitive hits to slow down this month and to not commit wholeheartedly to anything this month is probably going to serve you very, very well, right? So it's a really powerful reading, Leo. I really hope that helped. I hope it resonated. Let me just change this over. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Obviously, like, subscribe, comment, share, all of that good stuff. And if you're interested in a personal reading or a channeling session, check out my website, robyn.com. Information is in the description box below. Have a fantastic month of slowness, okay? And I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.